So why do we need to ramp up our awesomeness? I'll tell you why. Because we live in a world which is full of critics, haters, people that just judge anything you do, no matter what you do. So the best way to be in this day and age is just to be awesome. Because the thing is, people are going to hate you, people are going to judge you, people are going to say things about you, people are going to look at you in a specific way that they think you are, no matter what you do. So even if you're like, oh, I'll just show a little bit of my personality, my style, this is who I am, people will judge. People will be judging me now for this video just because, I haven't shaved, or my hair, or because of the background's nice and blue, or anything to do with what you do. There will be somebody criticizing every single movement, and I can guarantee that person is not actually successful in what they want to do with their heart. So what they're doing is you're triggering something in them, and hopefully what that trigger does is it, I guess, moves something inside of them, because that's what it does. When you trigger something, you're moving something inside of someone, whether that be a reflection that they see for the first time, whether that be an emotion, whatever it is, you actually are helping somebody shift into their joy, their dream, their desires in life, just by being who you are. And I'm seeing like a contrast. There's kind of two types of people I'm seeing at the moment. Well, there's three. Let's start with the first one. One, fitting in, doing what they've always done, very content, and their world's starting to get a little bit uneasy right now, but they're in denial. Okay? Because they don't know what it is. There's something rumbling around them, because they've created a comfortable life that actually isn't serving their soul. But they're still in that space. Then there's the fakers. The fakers are the ones that are really... it's actually quite big in the entrepreneurial scene, and it does my fucking head in. The amount of money you make is not who you are. The amount of hustling you're doing, the amount of working you're doing, you're not defined by money. You're not defined by hustle. You're defined by who you are in day-to-day moments, in interactions with animals, with humans, with yourself. And the thing is with these fakers is they're generally their harshest critics, and they so want to show the world that they're worthy that they've lost who they are. And there's a lot of it. Social media is like absolutely full of it. Like, there is, a filter. There's filters to make you look prettier. To society. Fuck society. It's all about what you feel about yourself here. And the more masks you put on, guess what? You're going to have to take them all off. And we all go through it. And we constantly go through it. And, one of my biggest masks that I wore is I use confidence. Like my lack of confidence to hide behind certain things, because I didn't want to be seen, because I didn't want to take arrows. And I created a world where I could disappear tomorrow and still have an income for the rest of my life. And that's not saying that to be a wank, by the way, because there is, you don't need a ridiculous amount of money. You just need money to be above what your expenses are, and the lifestyle that you desire in your heart. And it doesn't need to be fancy. For me, it's generally quite simple. I like really good quality food. That's pretty much it. I love traveling, but I could easily stay in a hostel. I could easily probably prefer it, to be honest, than a hotel. But we have this just depth. It's so deep in our society how fake it is that everybody's trying to push it. Oh, somebody's doing Instagram. I've got to do Instagram. Oh, you got to do 6 posts a day. You got to do Insta stories. You've got to blah 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 blah. And what we're doing is we're so out of touch with what our heart says. To me, I couldn't be bothered carrying my phone all around because I don't want to play into that addiction of having it with me all the time. And I know it's irony right now that I'm actually filming this on a phone, but I don't need to show you every moment of my life. I don't need to prove that I'm successful, because success is defined by joy, in my opinion. True deep joy, like a depth of joy, not the depth of fakeness. Because you're always working towards something. And this is what I guess I see the entrepreneurs. They're saying, follow me and then we'll make lots of money. You're not making lots of money yet. And maybe you will in the future, but don't portray yourself as someone that you're not. Portray yourself as someone who's excited at starting a business, someone who is learning, is in a phase of growth, is backing themselves on starting something for themselves that they've never done before. And the other level of fakeness that does my head in is this over vulnerability. And I've fallen into the trap of this, where I felt like I had to share everything so I could be present online, and then I completely stepped back. But there's this fake level of vulnerability, and I can see it in people's posts. It's very scripted. It's so scripted. I'm being vulnerable for the sake of being vulnerable so that I can show you I'm vulnerable. And the world doesn't need to know everything. And no, don't hide the parts of you that... it says my phone is getting warm. Don't hide the parts of you that you think the world shouldn't see. Okay? There's a difference. You can be vulnerable just because being vulnerable is actually just showing yourself, like your kick-ass self, not oh, I did this thing. It's like showing yourself and showing up every time. And if you're loud, be loud. And if you swear. If your hair's a mess, like always, because you're comfortable like that, and you couldn't be bothered shaving a pristine facial hair every single day, be like that. Just be yourself. The only way you're ever going to be happy is just to understand that the right people will love you no matter what you do, because it's just who you are, right? And I'm not saying go out and be a dick. That's not who you are. Okay, that might be who you think you need to be to, treat people like a dick just so you can keep yourself disconnected from people. But this fakeness has to stop. And just fucking go out and just do it. What do you like? Do you like gardening? Fucking garden. Do you like essential oils like me? Well, it's weird. I'm a guy. I like essential oils. Yeah, I love them. They've helped me through emotional blockages and mental health things and my immune system. Of course I love them. And I'm not going to hide behind the fact that, this particular part of society should like that and you're not part of that part of society. I like money. Yeah, I like it because it helps me to eat good food. Because I value my body as a temple, and if I didn't have that, then I wouldn't be able to look after myself. And I don't think spirituality and having shitload of money are separate. I think they're the same thing. And I think that even the words shitload of money, what is shitloads of money? Enough, as I said, for you. So you've got excess because you can only give from an overflowing cup. And if we're constantly trying to mask ourselves and not show all of ourselves to the world, we're never showing up. We can never know who we are. No one will ever know who we are because we don't know who we are. And the more we disconnect from that and let people's opinions, judgments, hate, and I know you can feel it. Although there might be a social media and maybe people won't comment, you know that there's some motherfucker sitting there watching your video going, fuck this guy. There's someone. No matter what, there'll be someone. And the more you grow into who you are, the more you're going to trigger people. And it might be people that you've hung out with your whole life. And unfortunately, that's because they're not willing to grow yet. And they think you are this. And you've created this box around yourself. And it's constricting. And it's just so agonizingly painful right now that you have to just smash that box apart. And you can't live like that anymore. And that's okay. So for those of you out there that are awesome, continue to be awesome. You don't have to hide yourself. Like, the world needs more awesome people, because how people gain hope is by seeing people that are different. Wow, that person's a bit weird. Maybe I can do that. Maybe that thing that I want to do isn't as weird as that. Like, go walk down Venice Beach. You walk down Venice Beach. No matter how weird you are, you're the most normal person there. And those people are, maybe they've taken to the extreme. Maybe, they've got lost in drugs and alcohol and, but maybe they're a lot happier than the majority of people as well. So, yeah, I'm excited for you to step it up. And, if you want to reach out. I'm here to help. I'm especially passionate about men. Look at this jet ski in the background. You can hear it. There's one guy that drives past and he actually just flies like Superman. So be like fucking Superman. Fly through life and just go for it. Don't worry about all those motherfuckers that are holding you back, because it might be years that you've let them dictate the way you should live, because you've worried so much about their opinion. And I've fallen into that trap before. And what happened, unfortunately, was when I was so worried about those people's opinions, they were the same people that were my haters. They were the same. So I was trying to impress my haters. Sounds weird, doesn't it? Why would you try and impress the people that don't actually like you? Whereas if you start to just really tap into the essence of you, be like those guys. Just have a blast with life. We were put here to have a good time, and we weren't put here to fit into anyone else's version of us. And we don't need to go extravagant. You might just be like, you know what? I'm an entrepreneur, but you know what, really, I just like cooking. I just love it. And that's all I want to do. And that might be the shift. And you might then start your own business just making awesome food. I don't know. But you don't need to be like everyone else. So look at the noise on Facebook. Look at the noise on social media. What is everybody else doing? That's generally people being sucked into, I need to do this so that I can be cool, so that I can be successful. And it ain't true. It ain't true. And you can spend thousands of dollars on courses and thousands of dollars on, mentors that might take you down the wrong path. And my only advice is if you do, mentors are great. They will help you through things. Find a mentor that's just so kick-ass that you're like, man, that person on all levels, not just financially, not just spiritually, just on so many levels, they're a funny motherfucker. That's who. They're just having fun in life, because that's what we're put here to do. We're put here, as I said, to have a good time. So I'm ready to see ya. Stop hiding. Time is now. Peace out. Love you.